oh, this is a good time to use this. So there's a brand new game that came out this week. It's called 2 Point Campus. And it's a sequel to 2 Point Hospital, which is like a game where you build like a hospital. This new one, you build a university. It's all just sort of silly and fun. Students do degrees in things like robotics, the dark arts, spy school. It's a bit like Theme Hospital from the 90s, like if you ever played that. But then the whole time you're playing, there's this fake radio station on. It's called 2 Point Radio. And radio presenters on that are voiced by Marc Silk. And he's done voice work on everything from Danger Mouse to Scooby-Doo, Johnny Bravo. And he voices all these radio presenters. And he joins us now.
Good morning from Ricky Hawthorn in the morning on 2 Point Campus. It's a fine day, the electricity's on the wonk, so bring some change for the slot meter.
That is amazing. That is basically it. So people that haven't played, that is one of the voices you hear.
What a thrill. Hello, by the way.
Hi, Mark. And I
big fan of your work, sir.
I am, because I'm always playing this game and trying to get my hospital or my university to like the best marks possible. So I hear a lot of you. I hear a lot of Ricky Hawthorn, and I hear a lot of my favourite one, Sir Nigel.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth at your service. Yes, you have clearly exquisite taste in broadcasting people on hospital radio stations and campus stations, of course, these days. So Nigel's take on the world is everyone other than myself is scum. My favourite moments with Sir Nigel. Nigel offers a sense of class and sophistication to 2 Point Campus, of course. And I adore his reviews. So you'll have... And now, Sir Nigel reviews. It was dreadful. He's very succinct.
He is so much fun, though. And he reminds me very much of our very own JVS in some ways.
Oh, absolutely. Well, he was clearly 100% based on Jonathan Vernon Smith. Sorry, my legal advisor is saying he is not 100% based on Jonathan Vernon Smith.
No similarities to anybody living or dead. But
we won't be doing any Goey songs today. How very common.
That is brilliant.
Very, very common. I don't like his tone.
The thing is, Jonathan doesn't play computer games, so he'll never understand. He'll never understand or know.
I think Jonathan Vernon Smith would adore 2 Point Campus. He's a man that enjoys the refined side of gaming.
And it's fun, right? So it's fun hearing all these characters on the radio while you're playing. How much of these people are written by writers, and how much of it is just sort of you freestyling away?
They start from brilliant writing. This thing is epic. I mean, 2 Point Campus, if you've played 2 Point Hospital, you know what a gargantuan sized world that they've created and that allows you to create in the game. And 2 Point Campus just takes that and just blows it up into something even bigger. So it starts with their vision of what the game is. There's a brilliant writer that I work with called Harry Puttock. And Harry's brilliant. Harry's points of reference are incredible. It's like having 5 of your favorite authors all in one, and he's incredibly funny, but his writing is exquisite. So to answer the question, creating these characters, it starts with great writing, and then we play, and to be honest, I stay pretty close to what he's written, because his words are so joyful. You just want to make the most out of every single syllable. Every now and then you might throw something in. I mean, I'm good and comfortable at ad-libbing and playing around, and that's great. But his stuff it's so good. It's just a pleasure to kind of devour the words.
Do you have any favourite sort of things that you've had to say over the years doing these characters?
I would have to go back through Wikipedia-sized script piles.
Wow.
I think I just enjoy the bigger picture of who they are, because we've created these 3 terrific, very distinct characters. So we've got Ricky Hawthorn in the morning, and everything he does is absolutely marvelous and is perpetually happy. And that, when we were coming up with his voice, It's like, well, we need a happy, jolly guy for the morning. That if you're playing this game for hours and hours and months on end, because it's that much fun, you want someone that you kind of enjoy spending time with. And here's the truth: there was some problem with my broadband, but the person I was speaking to was Scottish. And she was so lovely. I thought it didn't matter what she said or how bad the news was. I felt good about it. I thought, right, he's got to be Scottish then. And so it kind of like went that. And I liked the rhythm and the tone and the great big smile behind him. So he started off, it's like this, it's a two-way thing where you're working with the writer, and then together it's this massive collaboration where, quite simply, we needed somebody that you'd want to spend time with who was funny. So Ricky is very Scottish. Sir Nigel clearly is full of disdain and is up himself, and went around different sounds of posh people and aloof people, and in the end we found a sort of sincerity in his insincerity. So he's a very classy guy. Then of course at night you're in the presence of the great Harrison Wolf. Harrison Wolf on 2 Point Radio. He's the conspiracy theorist. It's real. Yeah. The aliens, they're watching you, buddy. The surveillance footage, it's all there. I have it. Well, I don't have it, but I will have it. He is a guy that, he knows that there is something more than you know. He's got all the secrets. So you got this guy who's very intense. Sir Nigel, who's over here, and Ricky Hawthorn, who's over there. When I'm creating character voices for new games like 2 Point Campus or new shows, whatever that might be, it's really important that there's no overlap. That each of them stand on their own feet and and love those characters individually. I mean, they're such strong characters in these games. They've got their own fan base. I get messages from people that play them. I do Comic-Cons. Have you been? You've been to a Comic-Con?
I've been to loads of conventions. Yeah,
sure. So I'm a big fan of this stuff. If I wasn't working in it, I would be there getting autographs for myself. So I meet a lot of people that play these games, and the love for the game, but these characters is incredible because they spend so much time in their company.
Because you put hours into them, right? That I don't even want to look into the amount of hours I've put into 2 Point Hospital. It will be too many. But you spend hours playing them. But when you're recording, how long does that take you?
Well, the same. I mean, we spend a great deal of time getting this right. Sometimes you just nail it and you move on to the next section. But we spend hours on these recording sessions. Actually, quite a lot of the time we just spend time just making each other laugh. But we spend a great deal of time after recording session after recording session, going through all these great scripts that Harry's written, and me bringing what I bring to it with the performance side of it, and then together we kick it into shape into something that works on the game. It can take a while. And it also depends on what you're trying to achieve, because sometimes it might be a game that's very straightforward. Like the very first game I ever worked on was for Nintendo. I think it was for Nintendo 64 when it was still cartridges.
Love that. And blow them before you put them in.
Yeah. That's it. Yep. Yeah, quick blow before you go in. And it was called Fighter's Destiny.
Yes.
And there was so little bandwidth, there was so little bit rate, so little space left on the cartridge for sound, because it was so, the capability was so low back then. My voice lines were player 1, fight. Player 2, fight. Game over.
That's what you need. That's what you need then. That's a job done.
And then we did two takes. And as a homage to that, I work on the recent reboot of Danger Mouse.
Yeah.
And so there was a game, I think Penfold was playing a game. And so and you hear, as he finishes this game, game over. You hear me do the exact same thing I did like 20 years before then. My day-to-day now is everything from a lot of games, cartoons, TV shows, theme parks, everything.
People would have heard your voice everywhere. You pop up all over the place.
I'm so sorry.
You're all over the place. So the characters from 2 Point Hospital, they're now doing radio on 2 Point Campus.
2 Point Campus, it's its own new, unique, fabulous thing.
And are they doing the same sort of shows? Have their lives moved on? How are they doing?
life always moves on, Danny. I think what you need to do is treat yourself, create the campus of your dreams, shape the lives of your students, and manage a deep, fun, evolving world of game. Take your gaming to a whole new level of heights, and other such marvellous words.
Well, I think, listen.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, good. Well, I think we should give the final words to Sir Nigel, and that's, I think, probably the best way we end this.
Ladies and gentlemen of the finest of all radio stations, BBC Three Counties Radio, we now present a musical interlude featuring this.
Danny Fullbrook.